Here on the Inspire 2, you see before you the battery bay here. Just in front of that, we have a cover over several sockets. Here we have the wires that come out that go and power the air unit. I have already unscrewed this and to just show you where we get the power. Now this is a socket that does not come with the Inspire. It's a special socket. As you can see here, there are 4 wires coming out of this socket. There are 2 from the top and 2 from the bottom. Now, when you use this socket, there are 2 negatives and there are 2 positive wires. 2 of them are put together for the 2 negatives and the other 2 are put together for the 2 positives. The reason why this is wired this way is unknown to me, but this is how the socket goes. This is what the socket comes with. But in order to know the difference, you simply plug the Inspire 2 in, you power it up, and then you test voltage using your multimeter. And then you are able to tell which 2 are the positive and which 2 are the negative. There is 26 volts coming out of this socket. The same voltage that comes from these batteries. So it's a 6S power that's coming through these wires. These wires are very small. They're very, very small. So not a lot of power is meant to run through them. But the power that does is quite sufficient to run the O4 air unit. It is not the O4 Lite, it is the regular O4 air unit. It is the only one of the 2 that can take 26 volts. Okay, here is the air unit. It is mounted to the bottom of the Inspire 2. We're using the stock screws. We just made it a metal plate, just some metal I had hanging around. We can certainly make it look nicer as time permits. But we were over here just before looking at these wires. See how they come out of the socket? And then they come onto this tape here, and they are right here. So wires come out here, they come around, they're secured, nice and loose, because when you mount something on here, this moves, so you want to make sure that there's movement in whatever you attach here so it's not stressed. Here we have the O4 air unit. You have your positive and then you have your negative. That is all that you need to power the O4 air unit. The other wires that are attached here, are simply remove them or depin them from the socket here. You have no telemetry. You just need power. So that's all that you hook up through here. And then we go ahead and we have our camera cable, and that runs up over here and goes to the camera, DJI camera here. Back here we have the antennas, and it's just simply secured off the side here, like so. Here we have our front TPU mount. This is 2 mounts. It's secured by zip ties here. The camera mount is a separate unit. It has bolted into the 2 long bolts here, up and 1 in the bottom. And that bolt secures the center piece, the camera cage, to the 2 outside TPU parts. Here is the original FPV camera, which I'm sure we can all agree is nothing but pure garbage. Here is the front angle of it. Again, our O4 camera. We have the TPU parts. Consisting of 3 parts. We got 1 part here, 2nd part here, and then we've got our camera cage here. We have some adjustments that we can make along the sides. As you can see there. Okay, the procedures of starting this up are very simple. You simply do what you usually do when starting up the Inspire 2. You put your batteries in here, you put the other battery in there, then you press the top button and start it up. Power will come down through these wires here and automatically power your air unit. And you turn your goggles on. I'm using the goggles 3, and you'll get instant picture from the O3. And turn on your controller that controls the Inspire, and you're good to go. So for demonstrational purposes, this is what I have open for you guys. And then what we do is put this here, this cover back, and it will be secured with some screws. Here we go. There's a very tiny screw that gets put in the top here. Okay, that's all there is to it. What previously had to be done in order to get your battery voltage is that you had to you would have to take this apart and do a fairly evasive. I will include below the actual and give credit to the actual creator that brought this to light. It was not me, so I will give credit to the gentleman who has been using these things on a commercial basis. But I have made a video showing how I implemented them. This here actually is no longer needed. This used to be where I put my battery. So we will not be needing this anymore since we have power from the onboard batteries right here. Let me know what you think. I will be doing some test flights with this and showing you the footage. As of note, you do not receive telemetry to the O4 unit, just as you would normally when you fly an Inspire 2. You get your battery voltage and your status readouts by the device that is plugged into your controller.